Ta-da! Whoa! Good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are. So I'm just going to bring him right on. Where is he? Oh, my man.
Good morning, Mr. Magic Brad. How are
I saw you
you?
in a Prince costume on Facebook yesterday.
You did. I'll have to share you the end of the day of that event that I wore the Prince costume, which
So
fit me just absolutely magically. So we were at a Rotary event, and it was Minnesota themed, and somebody suggested that I could fit into Prince's costume, which it really did fit very well. So I said, yeah, of course I'll do it. I've been known to wear a costume here and there. And so all night long I was Prince. And
that was really one of Prince's costumes?
No,
okay.
No, it was a wannabe. But it was a pretty good replica. And so I lugged around this big guitar all night long so that we had a drawing for a couple bikes at the event, and I had brought my bike up to the event as just kind of the display, even though I wasn't giving my bike away. So the end of the night happens, and it's time to go home. And I don't live that far from where we had the event. I got to get my bike home, and I had ridden it there. Or no, I dropped it off earlier in the day there. So I have a buddy of mine followed me home, and he has a picture of me wearing the Prince costume, riding my bike home, and it's just classic. I sent it to him last night, and I'm like, I'm so glad he captured this. So
he used to ride around uptown a lot.
Prince. Yeah. What a guy, huh? What a guy.
You know, I wasn't really into him. Like I'm not much of a groupie with any kind of musician and stuff. But when he died, I got very emotional. It was kind of bizarre.
It was
impact.
Yeah, you know, the guy, his musical talent is just unquestionable, right? I mean, he played so many instruments. I did a tour with my wife of Paisley Park a few years back, and it was just incredible to see that place.
And his philosophy.
Yeah.
I think his philosophy, his social philosophy, and his marketing. When Warner Brothers wanted to like own him, he said,
"Sure,
nope. You can keep the name. I don't need it.
Not interested." Yeah. It's I remember distinctly the day he passed because it was gorgeous out that day, and I was playing golf. The same guy that captured the picture of me on the way home when I wore the costume. We were playing golf, so we listened to Prince all the way around that day, playing 18 holes of golf. It was great.
Well, people sometimes ask me, how long does it take to put on an event? You know, how much in advance do you need to plan? And I said, Prince did one in 24 hours and he was dead. Yeah. The next day, that big gathering in front of First Avenue.
Yeah.
They did it like that.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, speaking of going back to Prince and that Rotary event, we our group has always just kind of created our own event every year. We have a big fundraiser, right? But we finally, going back to event planners, a few years back hired a couple of one of our local event planners in our community, so they could organize it all, and it's so much less stressful.
Well, they've been there, done that. They know how to find. You know, you go. Where do we find a tent? Well, they know exactly where the tent is. Where do you find a Native American caterer? They know exactly where that is. Event planners know that stuff. It's kind of like an insurance person. You're an insurance guy. You know all those questions that I might have in my head. I'm not going to start my own insurance agency. Why not just go to somebody that knows the ropes? And
sure.
So I'm big on outsourcing to someone that knows what they're talking about. But there's so many people on the internet these days that some of them don't know what they're talking about, and you got to be cautious.
That's very true. Yeah.
There's a lot of posers out there. You know,
there is a lot, and you are not a poser. You have your experience in the business. You have a lot to give.
And I don't want to get involved with something that I like Bitcoin. I have no clue. So I'm not going to try and sell anybody investing in Bitcoin. Same with real estate. I don't know nothing about investing in real estate, but I'm invested in REITs. That's the real estate element. So I contribute money and they pay me dividends, and I don't know nothing about hammers and saws and remodeling. I don't even try.
But you understand the REIT investment, which is good. So
I understand that real estate is a roof over our heads and everybody needs one. So today we're going to talk about birthday marketing, how to get and keep more customers. And this is fascinating to me, and I just got to admit that I haven't really latched onto it yet, other than I did some Facebook advertising for the event expo. I was looking for people that had birthdays in November, and because you can target people that have November birthdays and have an interest in events.
Yeah.
So you can target that audience.
Right.
And I did some birthday marketing to that kind of stuff, like,
Okay.
happy birthday. Because when they see it, they know that they're having a birthday coming up.
Right.
Your birthday is coming. So you can
Right.
kind of predict that.
Yeah.
But we're Geminis. So your birthday is like in June, July, or August, right?
Late May.
May. So you're
Late May. What
so
about
I
you?
understand. Mine's in June.
Okay.
So I know that because of your zodiac. I can figure, okay, if I'm going to market to Bo, I would find out what his interest is, and if it's marketing or impersonating Prince or whatever, I can target you on Facebook because I know that your birthday is in May or June.
Right.
So I can target that. So that's what's exciting to me, is you can predict, and it's a minimal amount of things. If you say my birthday's in May, there's only 12 months in a year, so there's not too much confusion with all that.
Right.
So I'm big into constants and variables with marketing. Constants are there's 365 days in a year because the Greeks set it up that way. That's the way it works. There's always been 365 days.
And we just follow that. So I'm going to hold this up.
What does it say? Rethink marketing.
You got to rethink marketing. I'm going to just a quick shout out to got to go over there. Vivid Image, my crew at Vivid Image. So they've been around for 25 years, I think, a local business here in Hutchinson. And they had sent me that mug a while back, and it's one of my favorite mugs. But that whole concept of rethink marketing, I watched a video from the Mailbox Power Group yesterday with Kelly Wheeler describing list building. Now, Kelly's involved in the real estate space, but yet he has discovered the power of this tool and the list builder function for local businesses. For example, if you are a restaurant and you want to target new movers within a 5-mile radius of your new restaurant, you can do that right in the system, because the new people have no idea. They have no idea that you exist in the community. So you need to make sure they're aware. So when you use the system to find the new mover, download that list, now send them a compelling postcard with perhaps a QR code with a coupon or a discounter taking you right to the website. Whoa, that's effective marketing. Kelly shared he was solicited via postcard in his community to a pizza place he'd never been to.
Well, I think people get it very complicated because there's direct mail marketing, network marketing, event marketing, email marketing, YouTube marketing. There's all these different kinds of marketing, but marketing is just finding your marketplace, or we use a gardening analogy. If you're planting ferns, it should be on the moist north side. That's your market if you're planting ferns, and the ferns will grow. If you put them on the sunny side, they won't grow.
Right.
So if you're planting sunflowers, they got to go on the south side where the sun is, because they're not going to grow in the shade. So that's how marketing really is getting that connection. So if any kind of business wants to, I'm going to put this thing up there, the Mailbox Power thing. This is my affiliate link. So if people want to work with me /Magic Brad, if they're going to use direct mail postcards, which has more longevity, I just got done doing this one. It says,
I'm in.
More seeds, grow money. So on the back, it's got those QR codes. So what I like about postcard marketing is this sticks around for a while.
Yeah.
So with Mailbox Power, you can go the next step further and do the gift, which leads us into the birthday marketing. So if any kind of business says, you just make sure that they're the right person. If you're selling hot dogs and hamburger and bacon, you don't want to sell it to vegans and vegetarians because there's not a match.
That's right. Yep.
Got a line. So if you know who your market is, who your ideal customer is, you can hone in on them, and everybody has a birthday.
That's right.
So you can target that person and say, hey, I really appreciate you being in this community, and I want to give you a gift. Join my birthday club.
There you go.
Now you send them that little form that's in Mailbox Power. They enter it. They get a little set of brownies that say, hey, I appreciate you being on my birthday club. And if you want, come on into the store. I got something else for you.
Right on.
Now you made a friend.
And you're right. And the vast majority of people do celebrate birthdays, but yet most of them don't receive anything on their birthday, not even a card for many. certainly not a package anymore. And so to recognize somebody's entrance to this world, right, to their birth, and the celebration of that can help you stand out in a business setting or in a personal setting. It's important. They shared some things about 7 reasons to celebrate business birthdays, right? 1, sending business birthday cards can help you keep more customers because you recognize an important milestone in their life. Business birthday cards generally improve brand perception. Business birthday cards can boost customer loyalty. Business birthday cards, and this is cards, right? Can increase your response rate. So when you're not selling anything and you're just recognizing something, when you do send a solicitation of sorts, it may be better received. Business birthday cards are an affordable way to connect. Well, we know through the system you've got up there, mailboxpower.com//magicbrad. If you have a $49 a month plan, you get 50 free greeting cards, right? You can recognize 50 people a month that you do business.
Yeah, 37 or 47.
That's a postcard? Yeah, that literally
cents.
shipped was 37 cents. Totally. It doesn't take too much time to send a card. A lot of these completely automated. I get messages almost every day from someone who received a birthday package from me, and I didn't do anything to get it going. And last, it's interesting, and you don't do it with this intent, but customers share photos sometimes of the cards or the gifts they receive when somebody's paying attention to them on their birthday. They feel compelled to share that somebody recognized them.
My friend
which
Jody,
leads to more positive energy in the world, right?
Exactly. And that can go viral on social media kind of stuff. My friend Jody took a picture of her birthday brownies and posted it and said, "Hey, thanks, Brad."
Yeah.
I didn't even ask her to do it, but she did it.
Right. And most people, yeah, you don't ask, but they just feel compelled. And I've been given this substantial amount of thought lately, right? Our customers, we want to develop stronger relationships with them. We want to develop an emotional connection to them. And one way of doing that is to recognize the milestones in their life. At the same time, a customer, if you want a repeat customer or somebody that gives referrals and that, right? We want to develop that much stronger relationship. But let's picture if that client was an ATM machine in your home, right? They spit money out,
Okay.
right? Right. In some cases on a repeat customer, that's what happens. That's part of it. There is a transaction, right? And I would never look at a customer as you're my ATM machine, but let's just pretend that ATM machine was in your home, right? It can't keep giving money unless it's replenished.
Right.
It can't keep giving money unless it's maintained, right? There's likely a mechanism that might need to be greased or lubed or whatever. It might need to be maintained. It might need to be tweaked. You have to refill it with the money that it turns around and spits out. Totally. And marketing, whether it be birthday marketing or random holiday marketing, but reinvesting in your client with either a timed surprise like a birthday or a surprise period that shows up randomly in the year of just, I'm thinking of you, that refills that ATM. And it's really effective. I know in the life insurance world, when I first became an insurance agent, that was one of the things they asked about the power of life insurance and your spouse, right? If they have income, if you treated their spouse as an ATM machine, would you not insure that? If it constantly pushes out money? Well, insurance in this space, right, is reinvesting in that device, reinvesting in that customer. And so to me, to spend 2 to 5% a year on a client that generates that kind of revenue for you is a minimal investment, but it's really well received.
Well, it's a tax deductible business expense too.
And it's that too, but to show up like that is awesome. And birthdays, so I've started doing something a little different very recently, where Facebook notifies us, right, of birthdays.
Yeah.
And you can go out in advance. This is the smart thing to do, is to look ahead so that we can add them to our birthday thingy and get it packaged in the mail. But at the very minimum, sending somebody a quick little video saying, I'm thinking of you. Happy birthday. Have a great day. That's free, right? A greeting card is almost free. A package of brownies isn't free, but it's really well received, And so, I'm with you. Birthdays are just so important to so many people. And you said last year, even though we didn't celebrate them, everybody had them. We didn't get together as much, but they had
Yeah,
them.
they celebrate them cerebrally. You know, they're in your head. I mean, they're milestones, and that happens every single year. So the repetitive kind of thing is there. And like birthdays are basically, you got the half birthday kind of thing. So you kind of made something up so you can stay in touch every 6 months instead of every year. But the anniversaries of things too, you can take advantage of the anniversaries because they're going to happen every single year. And if you can set that up so it's on a regular basis, like I've got Synergy First Thursdays. It's the first Thursday of every month. It goes in someone's head, and if it's good, they remember it.
That's right. That's right.
What's been in my head as you're talking there, because, you know, being a Gemini, we've got that other side that's talking to us all the time.
Yeah.
Is a lot of people say when they get a birthday present, they go, "Oh, you shouldn't have." Now, why do they say that? I think it's because they're thinking that because you gave me something, I'm sort of obligated to give something back.
Or I didn't give you something first. What happened here? You know,
yeah.
Right?
There's a little bit of guilt, but you're not trying to guilt people. The reason I bring this up is because it's a law of nature. Like I think I'd mentioned before, that for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction.
Absolutely.
Opposite doesn't have to be negative. It just is opposite. So when you give something to somebody, they feel obligated to take a picture of it and say, "Hey, Brad, thanks for sending me the brownies."
Yeah.
I sent out 3 of those. I got 100% reaction. Mark Peterson, Sean Paul, and forgot her last.
Better remember.
Jody, I can't say her last name. Schomer, she's got a long name. But they all did something in reciprocation, and I didn't ask.
Right.
It just happened.
Think about that, 100% response rate. And it's remarkable to me how few people receive anything on or around their birthday, you know. And so that's an easy one, right? That's an automatic that you can do is if you're in business, is start recognizing some. But you mentioned the anniversary side. I look at this. So I recently had to get a new furnace and AC. Customer service was fantastic. The installers were here on time. The whole overall experience was decent, right? I don't have a complaint other than the fact that I spent a bunch of money. But being in this space and having an understanding of it, it is a little surprising to me after spending thousands of dollars on a new appliance. Sorry about that sound, my phone. There wasn't a thank you. There wasn't a request for a review, but there wasn't really a thank you. There was no, and I think, how could you not maybe budget a little bit?
It's dangerous to ask for a request for a review and not give a thank you.
Yeah, and there was like a text thank you, but it in an automated thing, you could see there was some automation involved, which was really good technology they had. But I was quick to give the review, and they deserved it. But it's interesting to me that isn't something that's an automated process for them budgeted. Say, you know, let's send a package of whatever, brownies or whatever, to say, you know, thank you. Or next year I should get a happy furnace anniversary, you know, and it'll keep them top of mind for me. Right. Air conditioning anniversary.
Totally, because there might be a checkup where they're going to come in and clean your filters and take care of things and make sure everything's all good and no carbon monoxide and all that kind of stuff.
Right. Right. And it just keeps them top of mind. So next year, if I hear somebody complaining, that'll be, I may not even, you know, I may not remember the name off the top of my head for the people that did it. I should, but stay in front of them by doing that, and maybe offer a free filter for a checkup, you know, something like that.
It's very affordable if you really think about the possibility of new business. Like, again, you don't want to be sending, you know, a package of no-name steaks to your vegan friend.
Right.
That's probably not a good idea. But if you've got someone that's a possible client, that's the way I looked at when I was doing postcard direct mail for my magic business. My format was sending out postcards. They're very, very affordable. And the return on investment of sending a 20-cent postcard back in those days, I think it was 22 cents. The return, if my gig pays $500 to $1,000, I can send a lot of postcards before I go broke, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
So the return on the investment, someone might think, why should I send a $10 package of brownies to somebody? What if I don't get any business?
Right.
Well, if they're going to refer you to a new homeowner or getting insurance or buying a new car,
right,
$10, you know?
Right.
And plus the warm fuzzy.
But and exactly. But of all the things you can spend money on, right? So we all drive by and see billboards. I know those are not inexpensive. That's not generally bringing a whole lot of new business for many industries. It's a reminder to the existing customers that you do business with them and that you're present in your community. That's for insurance. I'm not going to get a new client because I put up a billboard. I'm just not, right? But
Unless you did that
plenty of them
Prince
do that.
costume. If you did a billboard with that Prince costume, it says,
Yeah,
I
I
want to
suppose
insure
that's
you.
true.
Whoops. You went dark. What happened here? Oh no, I'm still on here, I think, but Bo lost, we lost something with Bo's connection or something. Anyways, so I'm going to keep on going and maybe Bo will come back. The concept of birthday marketing, I'm going to throw something out here. Seeing we've got some extra time, my friend Sue with Popped Corn. Check this out, little from our advertisers and our sponsors, Popped Corn. She does some birthday stuff too, and I'm trying to get her connected with Mailbox Power so she can leverage that with her popcorn business. So I think Bo had to come on back on a different channel. What did you do?
I don't know what happened. I just bleeped out, so I'm coming in again.
Well, yeah, there was like 3. So there was like you came back in on a different channel, and the other one, somebody might be hacking your account, and you gotta.
Well, I'm sorry about that. You lost me at probably the right time. You know what I mean? I was probably
That's okay. It's interesting. Something's weird because when I first, it might be a StreamYard integration thing that's happening because I wasn't able to get on Facebook. It had this cam twist thing, and I noticed that my logo is not up here anymore.
Hey, look at us. We're just managing our way through the technology.
Well, stuff is constant and variable, and the internet is variable. It's coming and going. It's dynamic. It's always changing. So anybody that's trying to put all their eggs in one basket like Facebook or something, I'll even say that about Mailbox Power. Don't think that that's your one thing.
Sure.
You've got other ways of marketing. You need to be in all these different places. I mean, that's where relationships are. They're at the grocery store. They're at church. You see somebody walking their dog in the park. You bump into them when they're at the school picking up the kids from soccer.
Yeah, you nailed it. Those
it's
that
all
have
over.
all of it into this should be, you talk about Mailbox Power. It's a complementary thing to other things that you're doing. And that other thing you're doing is complementary Mailbox Power. So the fact that there's integrations available, right? So I think it's, they just announced another one that's fully live. So Zapier's been one that's always worked. And now it's HubSuite or HubSpot, right?
Yeah.
So
I use HubSpot. HubSpot's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So now the fact that this they'll talk perfectly together. So you can have email, text, physical mail. Right.
I have to look into what that integration is. So keep that in your mind if you get some insight on that, or if you want to just get on a conversation, because I will see how it works. Because I use the free version of HubSpot, and that's what I did. That's how I generated leads. It's a pretty amazing thing. And now that it connects and interacts with Mailbox Power, because I was just looking, it's interesting that you mentioned that, because I've been going into HubSpot and getting my list so I can upload it in Mailbox Power. It's possible that integration is already done for me.
That's exactly it. Yeah. Yeah. And isn't that just amazing? But so you can, once again, it's just an addition to the rest of the marketing that you do. Right. And, going back to the old mug here, you got to rethink it sometimes.
Well, people don't realize these mugs are available in Mailbox Power. You got this one for me from my other show, my Synergy Cafe show.
I love our mugs. I do.
I do too. They're nice and beefy, and they're warm in the morning and the winter. I can cuddle up with my cup of coffee.
Heck, they're warm in the spring when it's 32 degrees outside.
Certainly.
Yeah.
Well, we've been going for 23 minutes, Bo. I'm going to put you in the green room and sign this off so we don't consume all of people's time. They've only got 24 hours in a day, and you probably got things to do. I got things to do, but
yes.
Let's go back there in the green room. I've got some popped corn.
Popped corn. Yeah.
This is sea salt caramel.
Okay.
So that's back there if you want some of that digital popcorn.
Sounds good. Thanks,
got a
man.
sweet tooth. Okay.
Good to see you.
See you, buddy.
Cheerios.
Well, there was my friend Bo, and we were just talking about birthday marketing, how to get and keep more customers, and how to get and keep more friends, just by sending them things once in a while. And I want to give a shout out to Popped Corn, who is one of our Synergy Collaborative members. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Synergy Collaborative, that is this right here. If you don't understand it, give me a call. I'll explain it to you. It is unorthodox and different. So peace, love, and happiness. This is Magic Brad signing off. Enjoy the rest of your day. Be well. Be good. Be safe. Thank you.